we just heard Duane Allman and Dickey Betts parts from the intro in Blue Sky, and I'm going to break down what we just heard, and then we're going to do the same thing throughout the tune, focusing on just these two parts. And if you want to know more about the intro, which also has an acoustic and a fourth, very kind of quiet, subtle electric part, I will put a link in the description of a video that I made all about that, and a card up here that'll pop up. You can just check that out if you want to know more details of the big picture, those four guitar parts, and see what's kind of going on with the interaction of that. But we're going to go quick with this stuff because there's a lot of parts to go over, but I got the tabs I will put above so you can just kind of follow along with it. So let's check out Dickey's part first. It's playing this little piece of an E. So the whole tune's revolving around an E. He's got this E, part of an A, and then he plays this thing with the open strings, and then he does it again. Then it mixes it up, goes here. So this little descending thing with an open E droning the whole time kind of glues it all together. And then right here is a measure of 2/4, the A. And if you don't know what that means, it just means 2 beats in the measure. So it's just a quicker measure, just 2 beats, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. But here's Duane's part, the higher lead part. He's just playing around with an E major pentatonic, which is really the big theme, kind of scale choice of the tune. We'll check that more out later. So he's got, does it again. Right, and then he does these two at a time thing here. Holds this down, and then the A, two beats. And that's it. So let's give a listen to the verse and hear what's going on with their parts. So again, to start with Dickey's part, this is doubling up the acoustic. So I'm not going to go over the acoustic part in this whole tune, but basically this is it. He's just playing along here, A, E, right, to B, A, back to E, then he's going same thing, but this time hangs on the A, does it again, and then E, and B, that, and then does it all again. Second time just hangs on the A, but that spot right there is just a little embellishment, classic Allman Brothers stuff. It's a D over A, just a quick embellishment, and that's, you know, when I was first learning I thought that was 2 chords, but if you don't know what that means, it's just a D chord over an A bass called a slash chord, a D over A. So it's a D like this over an A note. So real quick, just kind of a soulful embellishment there. So that's all what Dickey's playing, but Duane is not really playing a specific part, he's just more improvising around, and he's doing a lot of this stuff, E major pentatonic, and he's just doing a lot of this right here, 12th fret, 9th fret right here, and he's just bending. And going back to this E a lot. And that's the majority of what he's doing there. And then they're doing this lead part together, and again we'll start Dickey's part. He's up here, same kind of spot right here. He's going. Right, I'll play it one more time. Right, so that kind of ends the first time of the verse, and then Duane's playing this one. So it's just harmonizing it higher up. Again, I'll play it one more time. Right? So that's the first time through the verse. Then the second ending is a little different. So here's Dickey's part. He goes. Again. Then we got Duane's part over here, harmonizing. Again. Right, then we're going into the chorus where we've got Duane just kind of playing, you know, the same, messing around with that kind of stuff with the E major pentatonic, and then the chords for Dickey's part and the acoustic. B, A, E, A, does it again. And an extra 2 beats of A to an F sharp minor 7 like this. It's like playing an F sharp like that, but without this finger here. And then it kicks into the guitar solo. And let's just listen to a little bit of me playing along with my backing track, not playing exactly note for note what they're doing, but just kind of playing the essence of it. And then just kind of so you can kind of hear it and see it, and then I'll show you kind of what is going on and what I was doing, and what, or more importantly, what, you know, the approach that they're playing. And I'll show you the endings to this first solo and then the ending to the second solo. We'll finish up with this. The big thing here is it's just going E to A, and we want to just know our E major pentatonic, and we don't need to know it all over the place. They just use this little shape right here. You've probably already noticed this with a lot of stuff we've done with these lead lines. This diagonal is just diagonally going across here. This is all you need to know. It's just, I mean, of course, we can elaborate on it, but we don't really need to. And just play that and get familiar with sliding. Bending and sliding. It's all so smooth. And a lot of this stuff comes down to like knowing the finger. Like if you want to go from here to here, you can do this, but then you're stuck. So if you do this and use this finger instead, now you're in a better kind of position stuff. So kind of get used to practicing it with different fingerings. Like if I wanted to go up like that, it's good, but if I want to go back down, now I switch it to this finger, and to get that speed, you get right in there. So that's really all it is. And then coming up with ideas, like these themes, these little melodies, and then developing it. It's not just, you kind of set it and forget it and just play around any old thing, but they were constantly coming up with these great melodies and developing them, and then playing, specific melodies where they harmonize it together and stuff. And with that in mind, let's listen to the end of the first solo, which is actually Duane's solo, and then we'll hear those little harmonized parts, and then we'll check out what's going on with that. So the end of Duane's solo, he does this thing here. Right, does it again. Second time he goes. right? And then Dickey's up here harmonizing it halfway through. He comes in and he goes. Oh, oops, sorry. And then the second ending, you've got. And then it kicks into the next solo, which it's pretty similar. I mean, it's even hard to kind of tell them apart on this one because they're playing so similar. But the end of the second solo is a little different, so let's give that a listen. And we'll finish up by checking that out. So Dickey Betts ends up finishing his solo by being up here. Again, this E major pentatonic. But I forgot to mention one other thing he does here that you can do throughout the solo is adding that A note. So when you're up here, there's one note right here that's outside of the pentatonic. But you can kind of tell that's a big part of the sound up here. Up here, here. So you can tell that kind of adds a little bit more of that sound. So that's a good kind of improv tactic to have, is throwing in that A, which is the fourth, in this case, scale degree. So he's playing up here, and he's got that in there. Right, so a lot of people will be like, "Wow, there's a lot in there." But this is the type of thing. If you want to get this down, just play it note by note. Take it really slow. This is a fast thing. This is all about just kind of really blazing through that there. But that's not the way you want to practice it and learn it. If it's new to you, again, just take it really slow. Do the opposite, and with that taking it slow, you will get faster over time. It's just like a marathon type of thing, not a 100-meter dash. And then Duane comes in with this part right here. He's actually now playing the lower part, harmonizing. Right, and then the second ending he goes. Right, that's outlining an A right there. And I forgot, second ending of Dickey's part, he is going up here. I'm sorry, it's going. He does a little extra there, kind of in between. Oops. And then it kicks back in to back into the verse and stuff, chorus, and then the intro, kind of just like the outro. There's just one little extra, they hang on the A, but otherwise it's the same thing. And that's all the parts. So there's a lot to it, but hopefully, it was interesting for you to hear both parts. And if there's any one you want to learn, or both of them, again, just take it real slow. And if you want the PDF chart to make it a little easier, I'll put a link in the description down below to my Patreon site where you can download the PDF for that, plus the MP3 of the backing track, plus all my other Allman Brothers stuff, plus everything I've got on there. So check it out. It's a great resource for a lot of tools to getting better at guitar, and have fun with that. And I'll see you in one of the next videos.